I'm Carlos Frias, and I'm from Miami, Florida. So a peculiar custom that I've accepted that I do besides the whole Noche Buena thing is I now realize I have to floss twice a day. Yeah, at first I was like, only flossing after steak, but now I got to do that twice a day just to keep the pearly whites, in order.
Never look the pig in the eye. I tried to tell myself this as a boy, but how can you not? The pig stares up at you from the shiny metal tray, lying on its back with that upside down smile, like some refrigerated extra at a CSI Miami. Now, to this Cuban kid, Noche Buena was equal parts fun and freak out. It was the day parents and grandparents and siblings, aunts and uncles and cousins who hadn't seen each other in quién sabe how long, congregated at Abuela's house, and particularly around the metal mausoleum of the guest of honor. I used to wonder how adults could look past this, ignoring the butchered animal displayed in a marinade of orange and garlic, sailing past the beast roasting in la caja china, the broiler on wheels with the metal lid, continually opening the roasting box to leer at the pig, eager to snap off a crispy ear with a crack. This also meant it took 8 hours to cook instead of 4. I mean, how could they pretend there wasn't a dead pig in there? No, our version of the holidays is more macabre than most. I mean, Americans have turkeys, but turkeys don't have teeth. Every December 25th, Papi would get that murderous gleam in his eye, clap me on the back and say, "Let's go pick out el lechon." For my dad, who was a farmer in Cuba, this is his favorite part of Noche Buena. It's what connects him to his memories of Christmases back home. At the slaughterhouse, a couple dozen pigs roamed in a pen. My father would ask me to pick one out. When I'd shrink, he'd say, "Don't be un berraco," which basically means a squealing little pig. So I'd look over the snorting mass and point to one unlucky bastard. My father would bellow, "No, más grande!" The rest of the scene at the slaughterhouse would play out like a Chuck Jones cartoon. Tree goes into factory, puff of black smoke, out comes a box of toothpicks. But in this case, out comes a clean and butchered pig in a clear plastic bag. What better way to welcome the sweet baby Jesus? One Christmas Eve, when I was maybe 8 or 9, still traumatized by the pig-o-matic, something changed. The night before, my father set me up with a juicer, and I squeezed sour oranges until my fingers wrinkled. Together, we cracked, peeled, and mashed head after head of garlic and mixed them all together into an aromatic mojo marinade. We stood on either side of the pig on the metal tray and massaged the mojo into the meat, piercing a hole into this flank and that shoulder and along the loin. Every so often, we'd push a clove of garlic just under the skin for added flavor. Then we packed it with ice and set it to marinate overnight. Before I went to bed that night, I visited with the deceased. I looked into its eyes. Garlic and citrus swirled in the air. I knew the house would be overrun with family the next day, and relatives would circle la caja china. And I knew right then I would be the one scolding them, "Don't open the box!" I would be the one sitting Shiva, checking the charcoal and consulting with my dad about adding more, helping him flip it over when it was almost done. And I would be the one flicking at the crackled fat back, waiting to hear that hollow thunk, and eventually snapping off a crispy ear to my dad's approval. For the first time, I truly appreciated the work that went into preparing the meal that brought our family together. This ritual, it's uniquely ours. The pig wasn't a gruesome boogeyman anymore. It became our symbol of communion. Thank you.